And as nations strive to meet the target of Sustainable Development Goal 1, which seeks to end all forms of poverty by 2030, there seems to be no hope for Ghana. Now, with just 7 years to go, many families in rural Ghana still cannot afford 3 square meals. Now, despite the introduction of proper policies by Ghana government to mitigate poverty, several people still live within the poverty bracket. Now, the following story highlights the plight of a 54-year-old widow in Pong Tamale.
It's been 4 years since my husband died. Since his demise, I don't have any support from anyone again.
Mma
Amina is a widow living in Pong Tamale. Her husband died 4 years ago, leaving her without any help. Her source of livelihood has been cut since the passing of her husband. Life has become very tough for Amina and her family. Her family is one of the many families who struggles to make 3 square meals in a day. She faces a lot of danger in the bush to break firewood to sell for survival.
I now sell firewood to survive. When I buy 2 bowls of corn, it lasts for 2 to 3 days. When I fall sick, there's no food on my table. We eat once in a day and night. In the daytime, we go about to struggle for food.
So, Sustainable Development Goal 1 calls for an end to poverty in all its manifestations by 2030. It also aims to ensure social protection for the poor and vulnerable, increase access to basic services, and support people harmed by climate-related extreme events and other economic, social, and environmental shocks and disasters. However, there are still many people, especially in the northern part of Ghana, who are struggling to feed 3 times in a day. Accommodation is a challenge for many in the northern part of Ghana.
This is the house Amina lives. She tells me the house does not belong to her family. The owner of the house wants her out of this house within 3 months. But even as she is being chased out of the house, the current state of the room she sleeps in is very terrible. She stays awake anytime there's a downpour.
I stay awake throughout the night anytime it's raining to collect water. The owner of the house is sacking me, but I don't know where to go to. It's headache for me.
The international poverty line is currently pegged at $2.15 per person per day. This threshold determines whether someone is living in poverty or not. However, many Ghanaian citizens, especially in rural Ghana, cannot afford to spend even 20 Ghana cedis a day.
Despite several attempts by government to ensure that they eradicate poverty by introducing social protection policies, many people in the rural areas are still struggling to fend for themselves. For Ghana to achieve the Sustainable Development Goal 1 by 2030, a lot needs to be done to complement the efforts of the government. Reporting for ZA News, I am Jonas biya